Hello, everybody. I'm doing it again. I'm doing a re-recording of last week's Pocono, Pennsylvania 500 here at Pocono Speedway. RMS went down to Pocono. It was an exciting race, but you'll get to see it all with this re-recording full race replay. Anyways, let's get through the starting lineup. On pole for the first time this season, I believe, is Michael Parsons, and to his outside, Dick Patrick. In row 2 is your points leader, Kurt Perkins, and to his outside, Parsons' teammate, Purev Shrivastava. And in row 3 is Owen McThydig and Mark Evans, qualifying a very good 6th place. In row 4 is Dan Sedgwick and Riley Smith, second in points, looking to crawl back from a couple bad races recently. In row 5 is Patrick Kamitz and Anton Alvarez. In row 6 is Alex Davidson and Neil Dick. In row 7 it is Mark Evans. Jonathan Marks. I get them mixed up, sorry. And S.T. Craig. In row number 8 is Sally Patrick and Samuel Lavester. In row number 9 is Caleb Lane and Mark Guerrero. In row number 10 is Flandre Wilson. And last race winner at Iowa, Kellen Short. It's a Williams row right there. In row 11 is Nelson Reeves and Kyler Sustry. In row 12, it's Geoff Jordan and Ezekiel Garcia-Ball. In row 13, it is Manuel Sanchez and Sierra Reno. In row 14, it is Fleet Cruz and Gray Sachs, who's in the number 11 because Big Mac got suspended. In row number 15 is Jackson May and Doge Workington finally making his second start of the season. In row 16 is Ryan Scarrett and Jonah Burbage. In row 17 is Leroy Conwell and Ronnie Martin. In row 18 is Trevor Davis and Skippy Larson. In row number 19 is Tony Santori Jr. and Heisei Kudo. In row number 20 is Tegan Fox and Alan Rose, and in the final row, Peter Lane and Asher Evelyn. They round out your 42 car field. Let's get this race underway. And there's the engines firing here, and we are rolling here at the beautiful Pocono Mountains, the Tricky Triangle, as some say. Oh, that's a bit loud. Loud for me. Michael Parsons, Dick Patrick, ready to lead the field to green here. The pace car is going to pull in. Parsons, Dick Patrick, Perkins, Shrivastava, McThydig, top 5, and we're underway at the Poconos. And you can see Caleb Lane's already moving out of line here. That wide front straightaway. Everybody's going to be looking for any sort of room, as Perkins already looking to make a move on his rival, and he is already there. He might take the lead into turn 1, or out of turn 1, I should say, and yes, he will. He'll clear, entering the tunnel turn, that being turn 2. What a great start from Perkins here, as he's looking to extend his points lead currently on Riley Smith. As we'll go further back here, look at that 3-wide action back here with Lavester, Scarrett, Alvarez. And they're going to go back down to 2 wide here. You don't want to risk causing an accident here. As Perkins starts to pull away, Sedgy battling here with McThydig. And lap number 1, Perkins will lead that lap. Not a great start from Dick Patrick at all. He's falling back rapidly. Started second, already back to 6th place, and Smith is looking to get by him right now, as he's trying to gain on that man who is starting to pull away from everybody else, as these two continue to battle for 3rd. And now Smith's got a run on the inside, and he looks to me he's going to take 6th place, but It's not that easy here, and it looks like Aline McTheidig's got a bit of a run. Thought about making a move on Parsons there for second place. Peeking down low. Seji goes way up high. He might lose his position of currently, I believe, fourth place. As here comes Neil Dick. Lap number 2 complete, and Perkins is really starting to pull away here. Almost a second lead over Parsons here. Getting a bit single file here as everybody starts calming down here. It's not calming down here at all, though. Kellen Short is trying to make progress here on Levester. Gets by Samuel here. I think she's going to clear. Yes, she will. And there's Aline McTheidig making the move for second place as he gets by Parsons. And now it looks like Seji going to try to get by his teammate as well. Smith is going with him. And Parsons, the pole sitter, not looking very strong right now. That 3 looking a bit slow as Seji, Dan Sedgwick will now clear, I think. No, Parsons holding on. Playing defense right now, trying to use the high side to his advantage. As these two side by side. And Cammy's looking to make a move on Patrick here, and that's not going to work. And Seji finally gets clear of his teammate. Now Smith will be trying to battle Parsons here. Or not yet. It looks like Smith got around Neil Dick, though, as Cammy's is trying to get around Patrick behind. And Smith got room on the bottom there, trying to make a move. Oh, and there's trouble! Short's in the wall! And got contact with her teammate, and now around she goes right in front of everybody. Oh, and this is a big mess! This is a big mess. Multiple cars involved. Sierra Reno's done. Trevor Davis heavy damage. Taisei Kudo. There's Fleet Cruz. Heavy damage to Alan Rose's car. And we have our first caution of the race. There's Kellen Short. Your Iowa winner. That car destroyed. And you wouldn't know that that driver won last week, as man, that involved a lot of cars there. That was like the big one. But what happened in that incident, we'll see here. Very aggressive move into the tunnel turn, and if you know anything about Pocono, you don't want to go 3 wide here for the tunnel turn. It doesn't usually end well. As you can see, Shorts on the bottom lane of 3 wide here. Manuel Sanchez in the middle. Innocent bystander, really, and kind of turns short, and into the wall goes both her and her teammate, Flandre Wilson, and that kind of holds up everybody. As that damage 99 trying to look for a way to get out of this situation, can't, gets into Guerrero, and then comes spinning across the racetrack right in front of everybody, and Anton Alvarez, instant bystander. Sierra Reno getting involved. Ronnie Martin, looks like Doge, looks like he got some great wreck avoidance there. Wow, look at that. Alan Rose getting some airtime behind. And Gray Sachs also involved, went spinning, and pretty much a lot of cars involved in this. But yeah, Alan Rose, they call that pop time there. Wild ride right there for the 94. Now here's a good view of it. And then all these cars kind of going at full speed here. Trevor Davis plows into the back of the 94 and sends it into the air and spinning across the grass. Just a crazy incident here. Early here at Pocono. It's right along with Borkington here. He gets through the incident cleanly. No damage to that car, I believe. And there's the start of the incident. check him up a little bit. Whoa. Great view of the incident right there from Borkington's viewpoint. And almost plowed into the back of Ronnie Martin right there, trying to rejoin the track. Just an insane incident right there, and that is why we have caution number 1 today at Pocono. Or when this race was recorded, of course. So we fast forward through the laps. The next time by, they all decided to come to pit road, and of course all the damaged cars wanted to get their cars repaired, but the non-damaged cars, tires, fuel, you name it. As you can see right here, mostly 2 tire stops by everybody here, and you can see that Perkins easily wins the race off of pit road. Parsons had a really slow pit stop. He lost a ton of track position there, but Perkins continues to lead. He has led them all so far. And we're about to restart here on lap 8. As I'll fast forward here because it's a very long lap. And there you can see the retirees right there. Taisei Kudo, Trevor Davis, Sierra Reno, and Kellen Short. And yes, that 94 is still in the race with the broken ass. But the pace car will pull in. Perkins has led them all so far since lap number 1. And he's looking like a very strong race car out there today, as he's ready to lead the field back to green. He'll see the green flag about now. And gets a good jump on Elaine McThydig there in second, pace car cam. As you can see everybody moving around. Look at Levester try to go way down low back there on ST Craig. And everybody's moving out of line into turn 1. Look at Sedgwick. Dan Sedgwick looking to take his second place back immediately. And it's not going to quite work. He didn't have enough of a run. Riley Smith, not a great start from him. He's getting passed by a couple cars here on the restart. Jonathan Marks is getting around him. Neil Dick and Patrick Kammeets. Look at Parsons. Aggressive move. 3 wide for second. And it looks like that move is going to work out. Work out just fine. And so a 3-wide move by Michael Parsons. A 3-wide move that some drivers tried a couple laps ago in the tunnel turn. It works out fine for Parsons. And you can tell sometimes there's a talent difference as the caution is back out again. Leroy Conwell. And looks like ST Craig. A little bit of an incident into turn 3. And what happened here? 3 wide once again causes another caution, as you can see here. 3-car incident as Conwell, Craig, and Kyle Sistray are all pretty much sliding up, and that contact with Sistray right there sent Conwell into the outside wall. Craig really just an innocent bystander right there, and yeah. Oh, and gets sideswiped by Jackson Maine, who's trying to avoid the incident, and Conwell. Simple spin, but another caution, and I think Doge Borkington avoided that one as well. Great wreck avoidance today by Borkington. Right along with the 49, I almost said 99. 49! Ah, there it is! Wow! Talk about having luck today for Borkington. That was impressive. But it is our second caution of the race. Oh yeah, I think the lap before some mixed strategy or something, I swear. Yeah, a lot of cars were heading to pit road this time by under the caution, and a lot of drivers And a couple drivers stayed out here, and you can see the line of cars that decided to stay out. Perkins, Sedgwick, Neil Dick, Dick Patrick, Riley Smith, Manuel Sanchez, Ezekiel Garcia Ball, Samuel Levester, Mark Guerrero, and Patrick Hamitz. And also, Alan Rose decided to stay out as well. Parsons was the first one off of pit road with his teammate Stravosova right behind him. Mark Evans also following behind. So we'll see how that pit strategy works out for everyone here. Some interesting strategy calls here. Oh, that was the restart. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did the pace minus, I think. I kind of forgot. But anyways, Perkins, Sedgy, Neil Dick, and a lot of other drivers staying out here. Perkins will once again see the green flag, and Sedgy's already ready to go. Great jump by the 6. He's looking to make a move for the lead here. And into turn 1, side by side, Dan Sedgwick trying to take it. Perkins trying to hold on to it, and Dan Sedgwick. Fantastic start here, but he's not able to clear off of turn 1. But he's still got a ton of momentum here. He might be able to clear into the tunnel turn. We'll see here as they're battling behind. 3 wide Kamitz, or it looks like 3 wide. He almost tried to. And Dan Sedgwick will clear our second lead change of the race. And for the first time, someone not named Kurt Perkins is going to be leading the race as Sanchez 3 wide into turn 3. As he tries to take away third place here with that move. But it's still 3 wide as they come down the front straightaway. Very aggressive move by the rookie. And Sedgy will lead his first lap of the race. And there you can see Parsons. Riley Smith makes it 3 wide into turn 1. Smith's being aggressive. He sees blood in the water. Perkins is right in front of him. If he can pull off this move, Kamitz, his teammate, following right behind. So he's got a bit of help. As Perkins is not falling too far behind Sedgwick. I felt like I said that wrong. And you mentioned people that pitted. There's one of them. It's Parsons, who led everybody off of pit road there. Oh, and there's some trouble behind. Cruz around. And that'll bring out a third caution as I saw the 62 go spinning. As Sedgy will lead back to the caution flag. Battle for second here. 3 wide here. Caleb Blaine trying to pick up some track position. It's not going to work. A valiant effort by Caleb Blaine, I guess, but he's still got a long way to go, as we'll see what happened to Fleet here. Very wreck-filled beginning to the race. It was Aline McThydig. Just kind of out of the groove here, and seen a couple cars decide to get up there and scrape the wall a little bit, but came back down into Cairo assist try, sent the 62 spinning around. And Sally Patrick takes a wild ride through the grass. But everyone seems fine right here. Oh boy. Just barely clears Conwell right there. That could have been another huge wreck, but it ends up being a small multi-car wreck to bring out the third caution of the race. And that's when everybody decided to pit here. Change of strategies here. Nobody decided to stay out. So the guys who pitted before, they must have been on a different strategy. Must have taken 2 tires instead of 4 or something like that. As Perkins pulls into his pit stall. And Mark Evans off of pit road first. Quick pit stop from the 23. And there goes Michael Parsons now off. Doge Bookington's going to get off of pit road third. Sedgy off fourth as he fell back. So some interesting strategy calls by the top 3 here. Might have taken only 2 tires, but it seems like it's going to work out for all 3 of them here, as they're going to be right in front of Dan Sedgwick, and that'll be interesting to watch on the restart. Mark Evans now leads everybody, and the pace car lights are off. And your order here, as I fast forward, is Mark Evans leading, Michael Parsons second, Doge Borkington third, Dan Sedgwick in fourth, Kurt Perkins in fifth, Manuel Sanchez in sixth, Riley Smith in seventh, Patrick Kamitz in eighth, Caleb Blaine in ninth, and Bryce Sachs in 10th. How did he get up to 10th there? He must have also been on a different strategy. This has been a wild mixing of the field here. Everybody's on different strategies. Everybody's playing different games right now. But Mark Evans will be the one leading them all back to green here, as the pace car will pull in here, as Mark Evans sees the green flag, and we're back underway. Pretty good jump there on Parsons right there as they all head down into turn one. Oh, Smith, not a great restart at all. Stuck on the high side, getting passed by a ton of cars. I don't know what happened to the 98 right there. But here comes Seji, already making moves. Easily gets by Borkington. Borkington, slower car. Not shocking, really. But Riley Smith, not a great jump at all, and he's starting to fall back. Sachs is falling back as well, but Mark Evans with a pretty good start, and he continues to lead here, but Parsons closing in rapidly. Closing in quickly, hasn't led a lap all day despite starting on pole. A little bit of a snake right there as they try to break the draft. Kamit's now trying to get around Borkington behind. Oh, Sedgwick slides way up high there. He's going to lose third place to Perkins right there, as Smith is trying to defend from Caleb Lane. Ryan Scarrett's up here as well. Started far back and is now running in the top 10, or just outside the top 10, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he's running in the top 10. Anyways, battle for the lead here. Michael Parsons versus Mark Evans. These two have had long winless droughts so far. Evans' last win was at Richmond last year. It's pretty much been a full year since his last victory. Perkins making an aggressive move to try to take away second. That helps Evans a lot, keeping the lead there. But as I was saying, Parsons' last win was at Darlington. His last win of the season, and that was sort of a turning point for the next race. For the next couple races, he struggled to finish races. And that's how he pretty much lost the championship, as Perkins gets clear of him. Seji kind of pushing him right now, trying to get by his own teammate and his owner. And Perkins gets clear of the three. Here comes Kamitz as well, joining in on the battle. And now Seji looking to try to get by Perkins here. And just one move, as Smith trying to get around Sanchez here. And Parsons, maybe that strategy isn't quite working out for him, as Perkins will get clear of Sedgwick. Evans still leading this race. This battle back here is getting intense, though. Smith getting around Sanchez. Ryan Scarrett also a part of this battle as well, battling a little bit there. Caleb Blaine, Neil Dick, they've all joined in on the fun, and they pretty much pulled away from the rest of the pack. Peter Lane started all the way at the back. He's now up to 11th place. That is your top 10 there. Perkins making the move for the lead. 30 laps to go now in this race, as Kurt Perkins will easily take the lead. No problems there. Mark Evans, those old tires starting to fail him a little bit here as he falls behind Sedgwick here. As Smith continues to battle with Sanchez here. Parsons trying to get around Kamitz, at least attempting to stay up in front with the pack. Scarrett's making an aggressive move way down to the inside of Sanchez there. Smith finally got clear of him. And Ryan Scarrett decided to wake up here late into the going. Well, not really late into the going. In the middle of the race, pretty much. As Smith battles with Scarrett here. Trying to make a move on the inside. Caleb Lane's going to try to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Look at Lane. And there was no momentum going with that. Going with that move, as Evans was trying to get around Sedgwick there. And that's not going to work. Actually, no, he has a run here. He could possibly make the move here as Parsons is trying to do the same thing. But it's going to be very hard on those older tires to start making passes. You have to play defensively on these older tires. But these two drivers here, they don't care. They want to gain ground. And Parsons is doing that very well. He got around K-Meets easily. Well, sort of easily. Evans, not so much. As now Parsons is there to battle him. As he's going to almost make it 3 wide right there. Almost thought about it. Now he's going to try to make the move. Here comes Michael Parsons again. Very aggressive move by Parsons there. As Perkins, meanwhile, out front almost has a 1-second lead over everybody here. And wow, what a move by Michael Parsons. We've seen some impressive moves so far in this race. And now he's going to try to get by his teammate. And just like that, no problems at all. Easily gets around his teammate. He has found speed despite being on older tires and a completely different pit strategy. It's very impressive to see from the 2-time champion and veteran of this league. As Caleb Lane trying to get around Smith here. Neil Dick trying to get around Caleb Lane as well at the same time. And it looks like some of those drivers in the second pack are starting to catch up. K-Meets makes it 3 wide. With Sanchez and Evans. And easily going to get around Evans there. I'm not sure about Sanchez though. It has a little bit of a help. Has a little bit of help from Scarrett there. So that's going to be very helpful in trying to get around Neil Dick. But Neil Dick had a good entry into the tunnel turn right there, and he'll start to pull away a little bit. Caleb Lane, oh, Evans got into the wall back there. Caught the wall a little bit, and that's going to slow his momentum down. As looks like Lane gets around Smith here, or at least is trying to. Riley Smith trying to battle as much as he can to gain ground on that guy who's still leading the race. As we're coming up on the halfway point of the Pennsylvania 500. Scarrett way down to the inside here. Not 3 wide quite, but still very aggressive move by the 54. And he is going to get around Neil Dick. And now looking to get around Riley Smith as well. That 54, that BMW looks pretty fast right now. And there goes Mark Evans outside of the top 10. Shrivastava and Peter Lane got around him as Scarrett's trying to get around one of his best friends, being Caleb Lane. And he'll manage to do that pretty easily. That 54 is looking really fast right now. Now he's getting around Riley Smith. We like to talk about how good those BMWs are, but they just... they had a good race at Iowa. They both finished in the top 10, but they haven't really been there at the front of the pack for most of the season. Or should I say Scarrett hasn't. SG Craig has been there a little bit, but for a rookie, it's been a very solid season for Scarrett. But you know, you got to take the next step and start battling for wins. As I think Parsons is actually cutting down the gap with halfway to go in the race. 25 laps to go. As Scarrett now gets around third. Holy cow, that rookie is flying right now. Just easily getting around cars like it's no tomorrow. But will he be able to catch up to the top 2 here, as they have just pulled a humongous gap over third. He's not even in the top 10 in fastest laps, but man, that 54. Ryan Scarrett looking pretty fast. You know who's also looking pretty fast? Parsons. He's starting to gain more ground on Perkins right here. As Sanchez battles here with Smith. K-Meets also battling here a little bit. Evans still trying to hold on to 11th place. I don't think it's going to work out so well. Shrivastava, does he make the move for 3 wide? The run kind of stalled out there. So we're saved from that at least. And as I say, Ryan Scarrett looked pretty fast. He gets passed by 2 cars. Whoopsie daisy. But anyways, back to the front. Parsons starting to cut down the gap. On a little bit older tires, might I add. This is a very interesting strategy call from his crew chief, and it seems to be working actually pretty well as he's starting to cut the gap down. He's starting to close in on Perkins here. Oh boy, this is going to be a very good battle here soon between rivals as Cammy's trying to... Oh, excuse me. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Trying to get around Scarrett here. Neil Dick waiting in the wings. And the run kind of stalls out. I think the tires are getting a bit older now. Everybody's on older tires. It's kind of hard to pass now. Sedgie's trying to make a pass on Caleb Lane here, but it's not going to work. As now Neil Dick killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Very good move by Neil Dick as he gets around Cammy. It's now looking to get around Scarrett here. Back to the front. Parsons still close to Perkins here. Still close to that 5-lap car in front. Lee McThydick, I think he pitted. I think we had a couple pit stops here. A couple drivers pitting. Couple drivers decided to pit here. It's about that time as Parsons really cutting the gap down here. And it looks like maybe Mark Evans decided to pit. But Workington's on pit road. But anyways, back to the front. There's Parsons going for the lead. Yeah, they are so far away from third here, but he tried to get the lead there. The run kind of stalled out on the exit of the tunnel turn, but he's still close. Clamoring for the lead here. And for a possible victory today, that's all Michael wants, really. He's kind of out of the championship battle, but now another question is, when is he going to pit as he tries to make the move for the lead again? To the inside into turn 1, and I think it might stick this time. Yes, it will. He's just barely beating out Perkins here as they head down Long Pond straight into the tunnel turn. Michael Parsons trying to defeat his rival here. Hard-fought battle. Perkins is going to get the good line in the tunnel turn, but Parsons, good exit. Staying very close with the 5 here. Staying on his inside. That's what you have to do. And into turn 3, he gets clear. Michael Parsons out front now. But for how much longer? We saw Evans pitted, Workington pitted as Perkins is trying to pull the crossover. 20 laps to go. Parsons, I imagine, has got to be pitting soon on that alternate strategy. This ain't gonna last long, I would imagine, but I don't know. You never know in these races as Perkins staying very close to the back bumper of the 3. He's not letting him go yet. As he tries to make a move. Yeah, it doesn't have enough of a run there. He'll stay right behind the 3. But the threat is there. The chance to take the lead back for Perkins is right there in his grasp. He's just got to figure out some way to get by the 3. And I forgot to mention, I think I already mentioned it, but there's lap traffic in the way as another car pits. That's Alan Rose. Oh, Perkins, bad entry. Horrible entry into turn 3 as he goes way up high. And Parsons pulls a little bit of a gap here. Scared, trying to battle here behind Sedgwick. That didn't sound like words. He's battling Dan Sedgwick here right behind the leaders, trying to get his 3rd place back. Aggressive move into turn 1. And I think he might get clear here, and Caleb Lane might allow him to. Yes, he will. So put Ryan Scarrett back in 3rd place. Sedgie's also trying to get around Lane here into the tunnel turn. Lane with the preferred line here, but Sedgie overpowers him, and he easily takes back 4th place. As we pay attention to the leaders right now. Any cars on pit road, there's Ronnie Martin, there's Fleet Cruz, there's Geoff Jordan. So pit stops are probably underway here right now. And the cycle starts. The cycle is on. Jonathan Marks. Haven't really talked much about him today. Oh, did something happen on pit road? I swear there was a collision. But Perkins now closing up on the back bumper. Parsons again. The laps continue to wind down here as he looks down to the inside there. Doesn't have enough of a run, though, so it'll stay right behind the 3 for now. Oh, and oh no, something happened to Scarrett. Scarrett, I think, blew up. Scarrett blew up. The engine goes on the BMW. And it's all over for Ryan Scarrett. A great run ends right now as he'll pull it onto the access road. I don't think he can make it back to pit road. And that might be a caution as everybody is pitting. Some cars decided to stay out. Neil Dick, Riley Smith, as the yellow flag is out. This changes a lot. It changes everything in this race. As now Neil Dick will be leading on Riley Smith. They could be on slightly fresher tires now as they will try to make their way through the field. And that jumbles up a ton of stuff. Well, I don't know what's going on here. But now Neil Dick leads as Ryan Scarrett blows up. And game over for Scarrett. Unfortunate end to his race. Pit stop still happening on pit road. Parsons needs a good stop. Looks like a 4-tire stop, and Parsons is out first. I think he barely just edged out Perkins right there. So they're probably going to score him as the first guy off of pit road. And I imagine these guys are going to pit here. And yes, they did. Neil Dick and Riley Smith and Fleet Cruz also came back in. Jackson Maine. But that puts Parsons back in front of everybody. The laps ticked away. Once again, whoopsie daisy. But anyways, now it is 15 laps to go with Michael Parsons out front. His bitter rival right behind. And a mixed up top 10 here as Parsons will see the green flag and we're back underway. Guerrero makes a move down to the inside. Haven't talked much about him or his teammate right behind him. Jonathan Marks as Parsons really trying to get around the lap traffic here quickly. He's trying to make it 3 wide. And Seji trying to back him up here as he tried to get around Perkins on the restart, but it's not going to quite work. Guerrero gets around Lane here. Lane with a not so good, not so good restart. Perkins peeks out to the inside right there, trying to get around Parsons. Parsons goes a little bit up high. Might be vulnerable, I can speak. Vulnerable right there, and that's exactly what happened. Here comes Perkins. Trying to make a move on the inside lane and trying to take his lead back. Kurt Perkins, been so dominant today. And Seji's also a part of the battle as well. Don't forget about him. Don't forget about the 6. As now the lap traffic is starting to hold up pretty much everybody else. And Perkins. Seji now trying to get clear of his teammate here. He might just let him go, actually. I'm not sure. Team orders in play. 3 wide Peter Lane. As he's trying to make it a Parsons Motorsports 2, 3, 4 right now. And tired of the lap traffic, Parsons is trying to go back for the lead. In the tunnel turn. Perkins, though, I think is going to overpower him once again. Perkins, obviously, with the better race car, and is going to prevail once again. As the laps continue to tick down here, we're almost getting close to 10 laps to go here. And now everybody's starting to get around the lap traffic. I don't know how Fleet Cruz is running here. Oh, he's like a lap down. My bad. Sanchez trying to make a move here on Peter Lane for 4th place. Good run from Manuel Sanchez today. He's looking pretty fast. I don't think it's fast enough to get the victory here, but definitely someone who's probably going to be happy after this race. As Parsons peaks a little bit again, looking for room on the inside, trying to get some sort of run built up. I think Perkins actually hit the wall right there. And here comes Michael Parsons again. Great move on the inside. But can he get clear, though? That's the question. Perkins is trying to not let him do that. trying to overpower him. Get a good run off the high side, but Seji is also pushing his teammate. 11 laps to go. Sedgwick might make it 3 wide here for the lead. And if that happens, all hell might break loose here. And he's gonna do that. He's gonna do that. Dan Sedgwick. Very aggressive move. Making contact with his teammate, and it's gonna work out. So put Dan Sedgwick out front with that incredible move into turn 1. And Sanchez might also come out of nowhere to take a second place right now. So Dan Sedgwick from 3rd to 1st with a 3 wide move into turn 1. With 11 laps to go, but you still got a long way to go till the checkered flag, and I don't think Seji is going to hold on. Because Parsons and Perkins, they're still pretty fast. Sanchez is also fast as well. Our Daytona 500 champion. This season, as Sanchez trying to block Parsons here into turn 1. Aggressive move. Trying to get the lead as well. Parsons makes it 3 wide, almost 3 wide. But he's got a big enough of a run. There's your 3 wide. And Parsons, just like that, is back out front with 10 laps to go. And Perkins is also making a move as well. So some big moves here late in the going. Plenty of time to still finish this race, but you gotta make your moves when you have to, when you want to, really. Offense, defense, that's how it works here in RMS. As Michael Parsons moves out front, Manuel Sanchez. Good driving right there, holds on to his 2nd place right now. Perkins in trouble here. Dan Sedgwick's trying to make a move on him. Entering turn 1. Jonathan Marks, again, I would like to add. Haven't really talked about much about him today, but he's running top 5. Good run for him today. So, as well for Stravosova and Peter Lane here, as they've completely pulled away from Caleb Lane. He's the last car in the top 10 currently. Something fell. Oh, and there goes Perkins trying to get 2nd place back. As Riley Smith, his championship competitor, trying to make a move on Neil Dick, and I don't think that's going to quite work out for Smith there, as Perkins will easily get around Sanchez, and it looks like Seji will as well. Alright, not quite. Sanchez is trying to battle back here. On the outside, Stravosova might have a big enough of a run. He might try to make it 3 wide here. He is going to do that. Into turn 1 once again, but no momentum, no dice. As Sedgwick takes away 3rd place from Sanchez. But Sanchez trying to pull the crossover immediately. Decided I have a big enough of a run. I want to get my 3rd place back. But is it going to work well in the tunnel turn? He's still side by side with him. But I think he's going to lose momentum here. And that aggressive move by Sanchez there. It's not going to quite work out though, as he'll fall right behind the 6 machine. And Stravosova goes way up high here. And his teammate might pounce on the opportunity to get by him. As they battle back here for about 5th place. Or would it be 6th place? Yes, it would. There goes Perkins. He's trying to make the move for the lead here. He thought about it, and it's not going to quite work. Here comes Manuel Sanchez, though, trying to get his 3rd place back. As the laps continue to tick down here, Sanchez trying to get another good run here today. Riley Smith really trying to get by Neil Dick here. He's struggling a little bit. That 98, not quite as fast as it was earlier in the race. As I wouldn't suspect Perkins hasn't big enough of a run here to try to make the move for the lead again. He peeks down to the inside a little bit. But no dice there. Oh, Seji's in a big mess right here. In big trouble right now. Almost 3 wide right there. As he went way up high in turn 3. 6 laps to go. Now the race is on. Perkins knows that. He's making the move to the inside. But Parsons trying to hold on the outside. I don't think it's going to work though. And put the 5 back out front again. Extending his points lead? Yeah, sure, why not? It's easy for Kurt Perkins. Smith, once again, trying to make progress here. It's kind of late to do that, but you still got a long way to go. It's only 5 laps, but it's a long 5 laps. So Sanchez is trying to get around Parsons here. Not going to quite work. Seji trying to get around his teammate here of Peter Lane. And they're side by side here. Still side by side down the front straightaway. 5 laps to go for Kurt Perkins. And the dominant season for him continues. Sanchez trying to get around Parsons once again as he looks down to the inside of the 3. It's not going to quite work out once again. I think Sanchez just has the weaker car here. Not shocking though. It's a bit of a slower car, but still pretty fast. Smith. And Sanchez once again tries to make the move for second, but I don't think it's going to quite work. Oh! Almost contact there with Jonathan Marks. He goes a little bit up high, stay off the wall, and he manages to do that. Meanwhile, Riley Smith behind, quickly getting through traffic, gets around Sedgwick, looking to get around Shrivastava. Sanchez once again tries to make the move for second, and Perkins is starting to pull away here. But never say never here at Pocono. Four laps to go. I almost said 4th place. 4 laps to go here. Jonathan Marks trying to make a move on Peter Lane here into turn 1. So you have enough of a run to be able to do that. Looks like he may be able to. And Jonathan Marks, not quite clear yet, but slot him into 4th place. Good move by the 19. As now Riley Smith, aggressive move. Had room on the bottom and now moved him up to 5th place. I thought he was struggling in that 98. No, that 98 just sprang into life. Out of nowhere, it seems like. And now that is looking like a fast race car. And I don't think he's going to quite gain on Perkins as he wanted to today, but still, it's pretty promising. As it's 3 to go here at Pocono. Perkins, his little gap on Michael Parsons here, it is completely evaporated here. The 3 is all over his back bumper, but not a good entry, or exit, I should say, out of turn 1. He'll lose ground on the 5. A good battle here back for 10th. Conwell versus Caleb Lane. Leroy Conwell, he was involved in an accident today, and look at him. He's running into the top 10. Look at that. Or at least attempting to. And yes, he's on the lead lap. I thought he might have been a lap down, but no. No, he's not. As it looks like Parsons lost ground there on Perkins. Looking at 2 laps to go here for the 5. And all Riley Smith can hope for is for something bad to happen to the 5. Conwell gets in front of Lane and move Leroy Conwell into the top 10. But Lane is going to immediately battle back on the inside here. And it's not going to quite work. Let's move back out front. And Parsons is going to need a huge run here coming to the white flag if he wants a shot at Perkins here into the tunnel turn. Kind of single file. Those worn out tires. Really worn out right now. Nobody's been able to make passes. Smith thought about it. Oh, Dick's in the wall. Neil Dick just caught the wall there in the tunnel turn and he loses a ton of ground. But Perkins will round turn 3 and he will see the white flag. Last lap, Parsons. Big run here. He moves down to the inside. White flag is waving. 1 lap to go. And it's all or nothing now for Michael Parsons as he tries to make the move into turn 1. Perkins, slightly better entry. He might be able to get out of this, and he will. He'll re-clear Parsons. But Parsons is still there. And he's got a run building up once again. As they are going to enter the tunnel turn side by side, who's going to give? I don't think anybody is going to give here. Nobody does. Nobody. Parsons is trying to get around him. Can he be able to do that, though? He doesn't have any help on the inside line. Now Marks moves down to the inside. Parsons trying to get by Perkins. Perkins, though, gonna try to be defensive here. Here they come. They're coming down the start-finish line. And the finish at the line, it's going to be Michael Parsons, I think. It is. It is Parsons at the line. And he just barely got it over his rival, Kurt Perkins. What a finish. What an absolute finish. And just incredible. And a good finish between the 19 and the 1 as well, as he picks up 3rd place. So, great race here today. A lot of battles. But it ends up with Michael Parsons just barely beating out Kurt Perkins. And Sally Patrick, bad finish. I think she pitted. Other than that, Michael Parsons just barely beating out Perkins right there. Let's get a replay of that. Mere inches. Look at that coming across the start-finish line.